next thing I want to show you is how to work with layers. So you know by now how to create different frames, to create animation. But what if we want to, let's say, work with both creating things on a different layer but keeping the original or different things we've already drawn safe and preserved? We can do so by using layers. You can see here we have layer 1. This is what my spaceship is on. If I click clone create a layer, it basically means I have another layer on which I can draw on. So in this case, let's say I want to create an exhaust system for my spaceship. I can do so. So let's say a fire kind of look to it, something like that, just to create just look like there's something coming out of the ship, rocket ship, as we are launching off. Yeah, something like that, for example. You can go to next frame, do the same thing. Let me turn on some onion skin. Let's say it gets bigger as we progress. I'm trying to keep it a bit irregular. And don't forget, I can also just change the colors to sort of add more texture to it. So I'm going to add a deeper red for the center of it. Let's see how it looks on my preview. That looks decent. Now you can see here that when I'm on my layers, the other layer is sort of faded out. But on my ship or on my preview, it shows everything as how it's meant to be. This is just how layers sort of look when switching between them, so it makes it clearer what you're editing or what you're working on. So when my rocket ship launches, I could have it so that the it looks like there's fire coming out of it. I'm just going to duplicate this for the non-flame frame. So it's duplicated the layer beneath. I'm just going to erase that so we have a layer where the fuel isn't sort of being turned on. That's pretty much how to work with layers. Another reason why this is great, honestly, is if we had something, let's say like our slime. I'm just going to quickly hop back to our slime. Let's say the inside of it is moving, right? So let's say I've got a lighter green color and I've got, works as a different physics as the rest of the slime. So if I added a layer here, and I just want an inside layer of the slime, I can work off that. Now, if I were to actually just go in and do this with my pen tool on the same layer, the problem I can have is that I have to do a lot of erasing. So this is just an easier way to do it. So let's say I go across the eyes and then I have to fix that later. I have to change my pen colors, I have to change what I'm using, and that's just a lot more of a hassle. Whereas doing something like this is much simpler and easier for me to clean up because I don't have to deal with accidentally erasing the other colors or having to fix things. Now for this activity, I want you to play with layers. So adding the fuel coming out of the rocket as it moves forward. For when the rocket ship moves. So there should be a frame where there's fire coming out and several frames of animation showing the fire slowly emitting from the spaceship to launch it off into the air.